Alright guys, welcome to the channel. So today we are working on the GMC, my OBS 94. Sorry, my 94 OBS, and I got a fuel leak. So apparently it's a standard thing, but right now, so down here behind the P pump, apparently there's a leak. Apparently this is like normal. It's either the fuel filter that's back here, or it's one of the lines that's come loose off the P pump. But in order to do this, we're gonna have to remove cover, of course, disconnect the turbo, the intake to the turbo, and get the manifold off of it. And the fun part is going to be starting this up without the manifold on it, because we got to see where the leak is, and the only way to do that is to fire it up without the manifold, so it's gonna be loud. But yeah, so I'm just gonna gather up some tools here and get everything ready to go. As far as taking everything off, well, crap, it looks like I'm gonna have to, well, maybe not. I may have to remove the alternator bracket here. So right down in here there's a bolt. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Honestly, this has been one of the most dependable trucks. It still runs. It'll go down the road, no problem at all. But the issue is, it could run away from you, from what I've read. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, so I'm hoping this is going to be the start of doing some improvements for the channel. I'm going to do different things on it. Like, I'd like to get rid of the stock turbo, upgrade that, put a little bit more power into it, because for the most part I haven't done anything but maintenance on it, and it's only got 150,000 miles on it. Being a 94, I think that's pretty good, but I need to start driving it more, and I can't drive it right now with this fuel leak because it smells like diesel. So alright, I'm gonna set you guys up. Get this other camera going here too, and yeah, let's set you up. And actually, I'll bring you back in. Let me get my stuff together, I'll bring you back in, and we'll go from there. Alright, we'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, I'm gonna put you down. Oh, Inception. I'm trying to, we're gonna try something different here. I got an old freaking Durashot Ryobi camera. We're gonna see how this works out. I want to see what the quality is of the camera on that thing. The video camera side, I know picture wise, but it's only an 8 megapixel. So that thing, I think the last date on it that I used, it was 2009. So yeah, we're gonna try that out. But I'm gonna set you guys up here so you can just watch what I'm doing, and we're gonna start taking off the top of this thing. So let me get you guys positioned where I'm not gonna bump you, hit you, or anything like that. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Sorry for the shakiness. Oh God, I lost you. But tighten you up. Let me put you here. And actually set you just like that, and you can sit and watch what I'm doing. Let's straighten you out a little bit here. Alright, cool. Q. So this should be an interesting thing. I am by far, by no means, I should say, a diesel mechanic, but we're gonna give it a whirl. I really should Oh, come on, get out of there. There we go. There we go. Alright, so there's one side. Cool. Alright, so this, everything's going to be pretty much a 10 millimeter. So we'll just, and I gotta make sure gasket wise. Wait a minute. I'm sitting here taking this off and I don't have to. Shit. Shoot. I don't have to take this off because I can just pull the intake manifold itself. I am not pulling this so I don't ruin the gasket. But I will. We're going to pull this right here. So, I don't know if you guys can see that. We're going to pull this bolt off here, disconnect the gasket here, pull the, I don't need to pull the PVC or PCV valve. I am going to need to take the bracket for the rail, the cooling rail off. What is this? Go to condense this down. It's a breather. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to disconnect that. All right. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's see what we got here. Should be 15. Yeah. Come on, baby. It's loose. I'll tell you what, kind of crazy how loose this stuff is. On a couple of them anyway. It's a ground. Oh, right there. Oh, we're gonna have to torque on this thing. Let's torquelize this one. Oh my. All right, gotta get a bigger tool. We're gonna try this again. There it is. Okay. Smaller. go. Now I need to see if we can get this off without... Yes. That's nice. Very nice. Okay, there's that one. Well, that's gone. I see it. I see it. Oh, on the ground. Somebody please help me. Goodness gracious. Might help. Alright, so that's loose, that's loose. Where am I missing? Huh. I'm gonna take that off too. Alright. So it's time to... Alright. I've got all the bolts loose. I believe, wait, what is this bracket here? What am I seeing here? Okay, that's just a, that's all the rail. That goes underneath. I'm going to have to disconnect this sensor here. To get it off. I believe this clip. Okay, that's a weird one. Huh. Little retention clip. Okay, there's that. That is undone. I'm gonna take this one off. That's undone. There's nothing there. Remove this. Comes around because I need to be able to take this whole thing off or flip it. This one goes back there. So that's your fuel filter here, which we will change. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that's going to be in my way to pull this intake manifold off. Checking for bolts. Bolt there, bolt there. Should be good. Should be good. I'm gonna have to, I think I'm gonna break out a vacuum. I'm gonna suck up all this stuff on it because I don't want anything to drop down into the engine. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and then I'll bring you guys back in. All right, I got the intake off and look at all the crap in there. So this used to be, this was my grandparents' ranch truck. It was their workhorse. It was purchased in Oklahoma and it's made it from Oklahoma to Wyoming, and then I drove it from Wyoming out here after my grandparents passed away. So truck's got a little bit of meaning to me, and eventually it'll leave me and it'll go to my brother, and then I should say my next oldest brother, then after him to them. We've all said that it's been brought up once or twice. I need to remind them that this needs to stay in the family. It's a great truck, but I cannot believe it's like a mouse nest, but it's not. So now I've got to, I'm gonna get the big vacuum out, clean all this stuff up, and see. Like I said, apparently you can start this without it, without the intake manifold. So I'm gonna do that because I need to fire it up and see where said diesel's leaking. So I don't think it may be coming out of the bottom of the fuel filter housing. I'm just not seeing it. So, but yeah, sorry, up close and personal. So yeah, go from there, and I'll bring you guys back in after I got it cleaned up. All right, guys. So we're gonna fire this thing up. I've got everything cleaned up. I don't know how this is gonna work, but apparently you can start this bad boy with everything off of it to see your leaks. So let's move this camera over here, give you guys a view of this thing firing up with it off. So gotta grab my keys. This is definitely going to be interesting, starting this up with nothing on the freaking intake. The intake manifold will be off, and so will everything else. Sorry, for some reason I hooked my damn keys on there and they don't want to come off. All right, let's get in the old blue truck here and start this up. Oh, also got to do a brake light switch in this thing. I already pulled it out, but shit, will it even start with the brake light switch on? Oh, hell no. Let's see. Glow plugs.
Team, $10. Right now, get a personal 14 or...
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna have to put a jump box on it. Oh. I let the battery run down. That's what happens when you let it set and you don't drive it. So here we go. Throw a jump box up here. Okay, it's on. All right, let's see what happens. Gonna have to put another jump box on it. So, off. That is on. All right, let me grab other jump box. I'll be right back to you. All right, we found the leak. So it is on the filter. This hose and this hose. I'm gonna have to replace them. So I need to go pick up some fuel line. I need to get a new fuel filter anyway. So yeah, that's my culprits, because it's not wet anywhere up here by the P-pump. Nowhere by the P-pump is it wet, but I gotta figure out this freaking line here goes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that one. It comes up here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to replace it. I might be able to cut it off and put it back on. So, but yeah, so that's our culprit. So, all right, I'm gonna get back in here and make this happen. So I may have to order some parts, because I think I'm going to replace this whole housing for the fuel filter. So yeah, I will, once I come back in, I'll let you know, and we will go from there. All right, we'll see you in a minute. All right, fuel filter's done. New hose. So the leaking is coming down at the base of the fuel filter housing. So now I need to, let's see here. I guess it's time to put everything back together. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse, let you watch what I'm doing. All right, here we go. All right, a couple hours later, we're back together. So everything's back together. I did just a short little time lapse. I was having a hard time getting the manifold to line up, intake manifold to line up a little bit, but hopefully she fires. Now I gotta see if it's gonna fire. So I also got to check the fuel. All right, so I put the fuel filter in. Sorry, up close and personal. So let's see here. We're gonna go off. Holy crap. We're running. We are running. All right, so let me turn down this TV here. We got, so we put it back together. I got everything back together, intake manifold back on the truck and everything like that. Ran into an issue. The fuel, back up here in the sun so you guys can see me. The fuel filter housing is leaking. The bottom of it's shot. So I fixed the leak on the hoses, got brand new hoses. You can see we're all back together now. Everything is back together, but I'm gonna have to remove that now. And I got the new one. I'll show you that.
Very sophisticated.
So let's see if I can open a box. All right, here we go. Got the new one. Let's show you this. So here we go. New AC Delco fuel. No, I'm sorry, this is not the AC Delco. This is aftermarket. I did not find an AC Delco one. Nobody had it in stock. But this is what I'm gonna have to replace. So let me get a game plan here together, and let me see if I can't. I do not want to have to undo everything I just did. So I just want to remove the filter housing. The biggest problem is going to be the hoses connected to the bottom of it, but I should have enough slack from the new hoses I put on that I can pull it back, get it out of the way. But as you see, I'm gonna have to get all of the wiring harness and everything out of the way also. So let me come up with a game plan, and I'll tear it apart and see if I can get it out that way, and I'll bring you guys back in. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so had to remove my hat. You can't hear, it's running. It is running. But I think we're good. I don't have any fuel dumping out from underneath. Sorry, it's loud. Old 6.5 turbo. But I ended up closing it out and got it running. The biggest pain in the rear was the lines in the back of the hoses. Let me shut this sucker off. She loud, but yeah. No check engine light. Look at this, 150,000 miles, 94. Like I told you earlier, this is my grandparents' old diesel. So yeah, I think I did have to prime it. I did have to put fuel into the filter, and then I had a bunch of air in it, but that's what that bleeder's for on top. So, but there are there's a little fuel line coming in the back of it and a drain on the front of it. I know you can't really see it. There's 2 rubber hoses on the front, which I had replaced. This is one of them here. Then you got a drain that comes from here and runs under to the drinker side of the truck. And then the captain side, this one comes out. But this is actually the drain line here, and then that comes out of here and actually dumps into the valley. But, and then there's a line on the back side that goes to the motor. So it's done. We're good. And I think she's, knock on wood, I hope she is done. So I'm just gonna have to drive it around and make sure we don't have any more leaks. I am seeing out of the coolant line, this is dripping a little bit. I mean, I adjusted it, but yeah, it's got a little moisture on it. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it, see what happens. But yeah, so I think that's gonna do it for this video. Whoa, camera. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna put the cover back on. It's sitting on the toolbox. You guys don't need to be here for that. I am going to get everything put away. I got the majority of the tools cleaned up. Got to get ready for Thanksgiving. Headed out, going out of town. So it'll be nice. I got to work a couple days at the beginning of the week, but then I'm headed out of town for the holiday weekend. Might get a little hunting in. I don't know. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, tag, share, and follow. I know it's not the most exciting stuff, but it's stuff I like to do. So we will talk to you on the next one. Remember, respect our veterans, love one another, and most of all, love your family. Love you guys. Bye.